Is exactly as that line on the AM side as a Tuesday, the 6th day in the month of May 2025. My name is Udwak Daniel, and I have my guest on here in the studio to do some justice to the discourse this morning. Remember, we had a conversation yesterday about the constancy or the resurgence resurfacing of the reintegrating of repentant insurgents into society. And we are looking at the implications and challenges, but time didn't quite allow for us to look into this topical issue in deeply. Hence the need to get back with this conversation again. Because if we still have around 300 around, is it 300 now? Yeah. If we're still killings and the DHQ is tackling terrorism financing and seeking support, and on the other way round, we still have the Nigerian government de-radicalizing, these terrorists who have supposedly or allegedly said that they are surrendered, right? Using our taxpayers' monies, very hard-earned taxpayers' monies, it makes you want to ask if we are not contradicting ourselves. On the killings, the DHQ, Defense Headquarters, is saying that they're tackling terrorism financing, and they're also seeking support, right? And then, of course, we also see where the Bauchi governor, as well as the police in Bauchi state, are vowing justice as bandits kill vigilantes. Now, bandits are in a vigilantes killing spree. We've seen that happen in Niger State. We've seen that happen in Bauchi State. We've seen that happen in even Abuja here. We've seen that happen everywhere else in Plateau State. We've seen that happen even in the Eastern Region State. I mean, it's just crazy. Bandits are in a killing spree, and it does seem as though the last line or the closest line of security to the people, which are vigilantes, are the ones paying the price. And just recently, of course, we still see bandits killing 2 vigilantes in Niger community, right? And then it makes us wonder if after all this bandits keep with this killing spree, and maybe they got rounded by security operatives at some point, and they saw that they just could not move left, right, up, center, down, nowhere to run, nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, and they suddenly raise their hands up and say, you know what, we are sorry, we give up, we surrender. And these same people, do they really deserve to get rehabilitation, de-radicalization? Do these same people still think like you and I? I don't know. It's yours to tell. But Dr. Steve Okori is here. Is a security consultant and strategist, and he'll give his thoughts to the discourse this morning. There was one pertinent thing that you said yesterday, really bothered you, right?
Yeah.
And that would be the place of you mentioned something. It starts with an M now. Monitoring. Mm-hmm. That was where your concern really lay. Monitoring the process, if ever the process, should be endorsed. And yesterday didn't quite seem funny, as quite a number of family members, that being said, Nigerians, didn't quite find it, a good discourse for rehabilitation or de-radicalization. Now, you've seen some stories that have made it to the front burner this morning through around 300 bandits on motorbikes from Zamfara to Niger State. A family member said, oh, they might just be heading to Benue State. Another family member has said that, look, if you put 300 together, that we're looking at 5,000.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the way the motorbikes are customized, it can carry 2-3 people behind. So when you have such on the roadways, people had to scamper for cover, and these guys, without any fear of favor, they ruled the roadways. And then we saw again is somewhere where now, where they bandits sack. Is it 15 villages now? Or yeah, they just sacked them from their villages, leaving them to scamper around, just like that. And then of course I think 11 vigilantes too. We also so with all of these. What is the state? What is the state of insecurity in this country if you were to give it a measure if you were to put it on a measuring scale? 100%, you know? What is it? How would you measure it? Would you say 30? Is it even above the 100% benchmark? I don't know. What is it for you?
Thank you for having me once again.
Right.
To continue this conversation, when it has to do with security issues as it concerns Nigeria today, it's a going conversation.
Right.
There's no end to it, the way we're looking at it. And as experts who continue to lend our voices, we are not in the operations of security, how to manage and all that. We can only say what is expected of the security agents and the agencies, and what is expected of government. We can only make recommendations and all that. All what you have said about the insecurity issues, they are not new. We just keep hoping and praying that it doesn't escalate beyond what we're seeing. To establish a utopian society, it's impossible. But what the government and the security agencies need to do is to see that there's a decrease, there's a decline in the rate of security or crime that we're experiencing in the country. Every day we wake up with one news or the other, bordering on either slaughtering of Nigerian citizens that are going about their lawful businesses, or kidnapping of Nigerian citizens kept in one forest or the other, ransom paid in huge amounts. If I want to score, I am thinking of how to score. Why? Do you know why?
Why?
Because if you look at the global terrorism index of 2024 that was published in 2025, Nigeria is ranked the 7th country with high terrorism activities.
7th?
Yeah, 7th out of 163 countries.
Wow.
Yes. And if you look at the global peace index as well of 2024, Nigeria is ranked 144 country out of 163 countries that is not experiencing peace. So, having said this, as it concerns the global terrorism index and the peace index,
yes,
it is not left for you and I to see where to place Nigeria in terms of ranking. I think we'll give Nigeria like 20% or max 25%, because until we see that out of the 163 countries that was contained in that survey, if Nigeria leaves that 7th position on the global terrorism index, and Nigeria goes further down, then we'll know that we're winning the war, right?
Yeah.
And you see, when it has to do with terrorism, people think it's just about suicide bombing alone. It is not about suicide bombing alone.
Okay.
Kidnappings for ransom, Also, these are acts of terrorism. Right. Destruction of government infrastructure and all that. We have seen where Boko Haram or ISWAP members destroy power stations in Niger, in Yobe, and all that. All these are acts of terrorism. And the institute that carries out this survey, they look at a whole lot of things, like lives lost, injuries, properties damaged, and the after effects of all these heinous activities.
Right.
So a whole lot is done or contained when they carry out such survey. So right now, I think Nigeria is ranked, if you ask me to score 25, max 30%, because when you see victims lament, just the way you said, in Benue, as we speak, a whole lot of communities are deserted. Like this, the inhabitants, the original inhabitants of these communities, which happens to be their ancestral homes, they have vacated these places, their communities. In Plateau, and see, you can name them, right?
Well,
so now, are tactics changing? The answer is no. Are strategies changing? The answer is no. As we speak in this country, we have about 29 security agencies in this country.
29.
Yes, 29 security agencies. And they are all saddled to their responsibilities or the mandates that establish them. Are they fulfilling the reasons why they are established? The answer is no. Are they failing in terms of intelligence? The answer is yes. Right. Because when you have the DSS, for instance, one of their core mandates is domestic intelligence.
Right.
And when we hear that bandits are motorbikes like 500 in number, right, are we not saying that the DSS has failed in terms of domestic intelligence, that such information did not get to them or the relevant other security agencies for them to act to see how to confront or attack these very criminal elements we are talking about? The police, one of their mandates is detection and prevention. How well are they detecting, right? And unfortunately for us, we always react when the damage is done. Why are we always finding ourselves in that kind of situation, right? We should take the fight to these criminal elements, but we're not doing that.
Rather, we sit back and we are seeing how we can radicalize after the deed has been done.
Exactly. Now, we have victims there. Just the way I said yesterday, it is not our responsibility as a government to forgive terrorists. It is for God. Just the way I said yesterday, Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, said it is the job of God to forgive terrorists, but it is his own job
to send the terrorists to God, who give the final judgment.
Exactly.
Right.
So when we say we forgive repentant or Boko Haram, ex-Boko Haram fighters, where is justice when it has to do with victims? I see the absence of justice here, right? Because when somebody is attacked, killed, and all that, you expect that the government, should arrest such a person, and victims should sit and watch how justice is being given to them. But here we see absence of justice. And when there's absence of justice, what does that mean? It promotes impunity, right? So a whole lot is not working.
So would you say that the government is encouraging, the insecurity and banditry and kidnappings through this program that they've institutionalized since 2015 and is still on up until 2025?
If you ask me to respond to that, I would say yes, because they have tried to see how to categorize the ex-Boko Haram fighters into 3 categories.
Okay.
One is the non-associated persons. Then the other one is the low-risk persons. Then the other one is risk persons. Now, the non-associated persons, according to what they are doing, is that there is no link, there is no connect between them and activities of Boko Haram or this terrorist group. So at that point, they are taken care of and sent back home through their various state governments. Then you have the low-risk persons where they are seen to be either conscripted or they are coerced, forced to come.
Like
join.
the young girls who they marry off and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Then some other young ones, that youths, other guys that they feel that they forced them into it, and all that. Those are the low risk persons. Then you have the high risk. Those ones, they are neck deep in the activities of this terrorist group. But my worry here is that the low risk persons, right? How sure? You see, you handle these issues based on what these people tell you.
You, right? The information you have.
Yes. So how do you now believe that what this person has told you is the right information that is that you are actually looking for, right? Yeah, I've come out to surrender as a result of the high power that the military is giving to them in the bush or in the forest. Now I've come out to tell you that, okay, I was forced into it and all that. Then it's what I tell you that you take or you believe, right? So punishment is the way.
Punishment. What type of punishment?
But we said it here yesterday.
Okay, all right. Capital punishment.
No. Capital punishment for those that are
high risk,
that are neck deep in it. Then, just the way I said one of the section of the Terrorism Act says that in any gathering at all that you are found to have discussed issues bordering on terrorism, the minimum punishment is 20 years in prison.
You mentioned that.
Yes, I said that yesterday. So why wouldn't we now see how to administer these sentences that are contained in our laws? For instance, some couple of days or week ago, the husband of that gospel artist,
yes,
that
death by hanging, I guess.
Yes, that was established that
Yes.
he killed his wife as a result of domestic violence. So are you saying that such a man, if he comes and said he has repented and all that portion of the law that
should not pertain to him,
should not apply?
I get that.
So such a man, instead of going to die by the hanging, such a man can also or as well be free as a result of him coming to say that he has repented or he's sorry of what he has done. So we have our laws. Let the laws take its course.
Why do you think that the law is not being followed in instances like this?
Yes.
Why do you think so?
But it's clear. We are seeing it. The law is not followed.
Yeah, well, why? Why do you think that's happening?
Yeah, because government has decided to say, okay, this approach that they are taking is also is a counter terrorism strategy, right? To see that it doesn't escalate and all that. But we're not even getting results. Now, the law should be allowed to take its course. I think there's this deliberate hindrance, right? Because anybody that the government charges to court, the justices of our courts will apply what is expected of them by invoking such the sections of the law that has to do with the cases that they bring before them, right? So the government does not take the case to court. So what you expect is what you take to court that the justices of our courts will look at.
Right. Well, let's look at the issues that concern reintegration of bandits or insurgents or terrorists back into our society. They call it Operation Safe Corridor, so to speak. And this Operation Safe Corridor has been able to re-engineer about 2,000 or over 2,167 rehabilitated Boko Haram members. They've graduated. It's more like a school program. So they graduated from the Operation Safe Corridor program. But then, have they been able to gain public acceptance, though? It doesn't seem so, because even the role of community involvement is showing that the communities are not really in support of such a process. But then it is also important to understand the fact that the effectiveness of the rehabilitation program is also preventing former insurgents from returning to violence, according to what the program is trying to tell us now. But then there's been also matters that concern social stigma. There's been issues that border around the rehabilitation effectiveness itself. many issues that border around community acceptance, resource allocation, very important. Of course, matters of concern, security, security and human rights. All of these have been issues that have been put out there. Now, the director of NOA says the reintegration program is crucial for long-term peace and national security. Aisha Liu, who's a concerned citizen now, is saying, I'm concerned about the safety of our communities. How can we trust that these individuals have truly renounced violence? Yesterday we had a conversation about trust right there. And we've seen a supporter of the reintegration in the name of Fatima saying reintegration program is a step in the right direction, and that it shows that the government is committed to rehabilitating former insurgents and giving them a second chance. Remember yesterday I mentioned second chance. You said for these ones, there's no such thing as a second chance, and it should not be entertained.
Yeah.
I mean, but let's look at this. I mean, what would be the implications, in this regard, and what do you think are the expectations of Nigerians, just before we open the phone lines and hear from family members?
Now, you see, we're a country. This is a sovereign country, and we are governed by laws.
Right.
So, and we have the judiciary that is supposed to take care of any issues bordering on what is wrong,
right,
when you go outside the laws of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And if we take this direction by saying that there's need for us to give criminal elements and terrorists that have deliberately, intentionally killed, slaughter through every means at all, a second chance, I think that is one of the failures of governance. Yeah, because you have these laws in place, and we keep amending these laws to meet current realities.
Right.
And you are saying that we should give criminal elements a second chance. So the ones that have been sentenced before now also deserve a second chance. Right. So if an armed robber robs and comes and he agrees that yes, he did and all that, we should also as well forgive and give the same armed robber a second chance. Kidnappers kidnap, collect huge amounts of money, kill victims and all that, and they come out and they said we're sorry about what we did and all that. We can as well give them a second chance. So is that a country?
Somebody likened, this process as an amnesty.
No, it's not. They are completely different.
Well, they're different?
Yes.
Not an amnesty?
No. It's not an when you liken it to what happened in the Niger Delta,
yeah.
they are not comparable. The Niger Delta, they were agitators asking for certain things that they truly deserve based on the oil that some companies or government take from them as revenue. They are not seeing a fallback of what they truly deserve. And these agitators came out to say, okay, no, this is what we want, right? But here we are talking about a terrorist group, an ideological organization that it is not after what their communities deserve or what they've been missing all the while. And don't forget that terrorism is a global phenomenon.
Right.
So they are one and same. As we are here in Nigeria, they also have foreign collaborators. So you cannot liken what we are experiencing in the north or other parts of Nigeria when it has to do with terrorism with what happened in the Niger Delta region. They are not comparable at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's open the phone lines, get to hear from you. What do you think about some of these issues that have been making the front burner on the front pages of Nigerian newspapers? Just recently, of course, today, we saw that story about bandits killing 2 vigilantes in Niger community. We also saw Bauchi governor, police vowing justice as bandits kill vigilantes. Now, this new turn of events and killing vigilantes, does it also bother you? And if in the end these ones are found culpable, surrendered or arrested, do they deserve a rehabilitation, a de-radicalization? Or what exactly do you think should be it should be about in terms of handling these ones that are being caught. Should they be taken to court? Should the courts have his way? Should the law have his way? Should there be a capital punishment to it? Or should it be about finding out the sponsors and bringing the sponsors, regardless of who the sponsor might be, to book, nipping them in the bud and taking them out of our society today? 0907-353-0044 is that number to call. Hello. All right, that's a mistake and yet another call now. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Yeah, hello, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning to you. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Vitalis. I'm calling from Edo Industrial area.
Vitalis, yeah?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I don't have much to say. What I want to say is, if Nigeria government can free terrorists who have killed a lot of thousands of people, out away families, if they can free them, they should free Nnamdi Kanu and apologize to him. They should free Nnamdi Kanu and apologize to him. If they can do that, thank you very much.
Okay. All right.
That's what I said.
Right?
We're a country governed by laws, right? And we have these laws. We keep amending these laws. And if you are saying that these terrorist members should be free or they have recovered because they have repented, the ones that we have in jail
should also be given a second chance.
Yes.
Okay.
Because if you are a victim, if you have experienced what we're saying, or your family members or somebody very close to you have experienced or have had an encounter with this terrorist group, you won't come and be saying that they should be given a second chance.
All right, keep the thought 30. It's going to be mostly your calls and your thoughts on this issue. Don't go away.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio.
Eagles 102.3.
Introducing the Mark Homes Limited, your partner in real estate, committed to turning your dream homes into reality. Now selling the Mark Royal Estate, a premier mixed-use development by the train station in Kagini, Abuja. Residential plots, commercial spaces, and top-tier infrastructure, all in one vibrant location. Coming soon in Gwarimpa, the Mark Mall, a bold commercial hub designed for visibility, accessibility, and long-term value. Visit us today at Suites 14, 15, and 16, God's Own Plaza, number 4, Takum Street, Area 11, Garki, Abuja. Log on to www.themarkprojects.com or call 070-7921-9075. The number again, 070-7921-9075. The Mark Homes Limited, turning your dream homes into reality.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Meet the Infinix Note 50 series, defined by pioneers who push boundaries. Its ultra-resilient armor alloy metal frame design gives you that slick, top-notch style. Unlock efficiency with intelligence of the one-tap Infinix AI and circle to search anything on your phone with Google. Need power in a flash? 90 watts fast charge rockets you from 0 to 100% in 38 minutes. Exclusive deals at authorized stores. Get your Note 50 now. The Infinix Note 50 series. Pro design, pro AI.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
And so we're back. 31 minutes gone past the hour of 9 on the AM side. It's Tuesday, May 6, 2025, and we're still looking politics and current affairs. Now, hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Yudi.
Yes, please stay away from the radio set, please.
Sorry, I moved away from it.
Okay.
Felix from Lambata.
All right, Felix. The network is
with,
still having
all of that.
issues. Felix, we're still having an interference. Which you might want to call back, please. Still, the interference is very loud, making it pretty hard to get to hear from you. Well, in case you missed the number, we want to know your reactions as well as your recommendation, for these de-radicalization process that the federal government has been holding sway since 2015 up until now. Taking this call. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good morning to you. What's your name? Where you calling from? Sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yes, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Okay.
Oh, Felix, please, straight to the point. Let's get it.
Am I clear now?
Yes, Felix, go ahead.
See, Yodi.
Hello?
Go.
Oh, Felix is not really, clear. I don't know, for some reason. I can't understand it either. But let's go take this other call now. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning to you, BB. Right.
My name is I think our guy is student. You see the network when we have been back, nobody can talk. I hear say Jubilati. All these people Boko Haram kill Jubilati, right?
Right, yes, in Niger
State.
In Niger State, in Bauchi State.
I want to ask, are they asked if anybody way above the law? Now they don't kill Jubilati. What are we saying? You should not do their part. Police no do their army no do their. Did they pass people place where they kill people quietly? Nobody go see the catch. And if they catch them, they say they are forgiven. Who be the person? Who be the court? Where go sign that paper to make them free them? And if they were free them, why, as you know what kill them, you they share to kill as the bitch they kill? Why you come and miss it? See it for water. Just give them all of them. Say make them go. You release them. Make them go. No, make say na you kill them. If they don't say that they release people where they kill now, make them in the can no kill 300. Make them release in the can. Make them release people where they keep egg and keep gun where they for prison now. Make them release them. Please, our friends are calling you. Even though your people no they not happen for them. You get the floor. You hold the line. You 250. You hold the line. You hold the contract. The thing is there for president hand. If you want to do it, go do it. God bless you. Bye bye.
All right, BB, right there, saying if you are rehabilitating and de-radicalizing, indeed, think about others too, and let the same de-radicalization touch on them.
Yes, it's not a good precedence, right? Because look at what callers are asking for. You are saying this, they should go free, that their sins have been forgiven and all that. After killing people,
destroying lives,
livelihood, households, all the IDP camps that we have in Borno, Adamawa, Yobe, and all that. The IDP camps were caused by these people.
And some IDP camps, from what we see, I think that some IDP camps are also being destroyed, as it seems now. The people have even fled their IDP camps.
Yes, because they've been abandoned. Again. Government does not even support them. You see, when you see victims take care of themselves, or some humanitarian organization or foundations that support victims, government abandons them. So now you are taking care of these criminal elements, these terrorists that have inflicted this kind of pains on innocent victims that are law-abiding, and at the end of the day, they are not taken care of at all. Nothing goes to them. At the end of the day, you use taxpayers' money to take care of these criminal elements. At the end of the day, pamper them. At the end of the day, empower them with cash and other equipment, and victims are left alone. Why is the society like this?
Right, some questions you asked right there, but let's take this call now. Hello, good morning. Okay, that's a miss. Taking this other call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Daniel.
Yes, good morning to you, please.
This is E-Connection calling from Panda.
From where?
From Panda, Karul, local government.
All right, talk to us. P-Connection.
Mr. Daniel.
Yes.
When the issue of Boko Haram came in place, they want to tackle this issue. That our people from the north claiming that innocent people are killing innocent people. Even though that Buhari was not in power, he called it loud that they're killing Northerners, they're killing innocent people, and these people now are getting momentum, and they claim that we give them amnesty. How can you give amnesty to a criminal? people that left people homeless and then people orphans. I say you are giving them amnesty. If you are giving them amnesty, some people will go and continue doing the act, and they'll come to claim for amnesty. Is the law of Nigeria allowed that to exist? My brother, let God a space. Some people are using it to get money for themselves, even the government itself. Because when they employ and then finance these people, and they come at the end, they will come and claim for amnesty because the money is going to their own coffer. Even if they do amnesty, 50% will go to the amnesty and 50% will go to the pocket of some individuals. This is disgraceful.
Right.
My brother, I'm not happy that even a criminal that caused pain, leave people homeless. People are not going to farm. Go to Borno, go to Katsina with this place, Zamfara. I see what's happening. And they're having the money. I say give them amnesty.
All right,
My brother, I'm
P-Connect.
not supporting this
I get
issue.
that. Appreciate.
I'm not
Right. Okay, P-Connect.
Thank you. And these are taxpayer money. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Unfortunately, even the military are also victims of these killings that we're talking about.
Right, exactly.
You know, so a couple of days ago, 4 of them were killed when they attacked this barrack in one of their bases in Maiduguri there, and also in Yobe. Right. So what are we saying? Anybody that kills by the sword should also die by the sword. It's as simple as that.
Right. Well, 2 soldiers have lost their lives in a landmine explosion planted by the Boko Haram terrorists who killed 8 passengers and injured dozens along the Maiduguri-Damboa road. That is the latest incident, and it occurred at 11 a.m. on Tuesday. That was yesterday near Nyaliri Desert Village in Kanduga, local government area of Borno State. And not just that, we also see that the Chief of Army Staff is vowing tough offensive as Boko Haram kills 40 in Borno. And this was when now? This was just on the 30th of April 2025. That's when this happened. I mean, in less than 24 hours, suspected Boko Haram terrorists killed over 40 people in multiple attacks across Borno State, razing houses and even a church.
That goes to show that this program is rather encouraging them rather than deterring them. This program is not serving as deterrent. Seriously, because if this program serves as deterrent, right, we shouldn't be seeing more of these attacks, right? In the event where they see that their commanders or other members are killed, right, it will deter.
So it's counterproductive.
Yeah. So what are we saying? Are we ready? I don't know where they borrowed this idea from.
Right.
Which country did they go to borrow this from? Did they work in that country that they are coming to practice it here, or it's some a strategy that just came up just within people in government?
But Dr. Steve, it may surprise you to know that the National Orientation Agency is declaring support for the Operation Safe Corridor.
Unfortunately for the NOA, for me, they're not even doing their job.
Right.
Yes. The NOA is as docile as any, very docile. When it was MAMSA in those days under the leadership of Professor Jerry Ghana, we knew what MAMSA was doing then. There was this campaign, rigorous campaign, and they were speaking in the language that people in their various communities understand. They had vehicles, station wagon, 504 station wagon, with a public address system on it. They were telling Nigerians the effects of the implication of going into crime, what you are supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do, and all that. They were sending those messages across. Where is NOA in all of this that we're talking about? NOA is nowhere.
Well, it does seem as though one of the things that their spokesperson Isa Onilu is saying is admitting that he held doubts about the program, but he eventually recognized that many of the participants were not ideologically radicalized insurgents, but people abducted, manipulated, or coerced during the years of insurgency in the Northeast.
It was based on what these people told them. If I go to see a medical doctor now, and I tell the doctor that I'm sick, the doctor takes what I tell him,
right,
or her.
Right.
This is the way I feel. This is the way I feel.
They even ask you, how do you feel?
How do you feel? So when you arrest, or these guys come voluntarily, according to them, and surrender, it is what they told them that they are going to work with.
Okay, now he goes on to saying, if society fails to accept them back, we risk pushing them towards re-radicalization. And that's what he warns, noting that stigma and misinformation remain the biggest threats to the program's success.
Does he have a relative or his family member that is a victim?
Okay, I'll put a peg to that one now. Does he have a relative or family member that is a victim? Maybe if he does, he will see it differently. But taking the score now.
Hello, Mr. Daniel.
Hello, good morning to you. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Connection calling back.
Sorry?
It's Steve Connection calling back.
Oh, okay. Where you? Okay.
Mr. Daniel.
Go ahead.
Let me say this without any equivocation.
Okay.
Some religious leaders are promoting the existence of terrorism.
Promoting it.
If you are preaching the gospel, the truth, set aside sentiment. Tell your followers the reality. This is the danger and this is the implication of all these things. But certain religion will promote it because you are killing a certain side. For instance now, if a pastor from a church preaching that a Muslim should be killing, is not terrorism. He should be arrested. If a Muslim cleric is preaching for terrorism, then the other followers are killed because they don't say it's to kill. It's kind of terrorism. Absolutely. When this thing started in the north, I'm telling you as a fact, they say they are killing one religion, and some religions are promoting it. But now it come to a reality that it's not a religion now. It's to kill everybody. So when something happens, we should not be only promoting things that is not bring palatable to our society.
Okay.
So therefore, let's preach the gospel and let's go a space.
All right.
Killing another religion or killing another person for that religion cannot solve the matter. It's out of terrorism.
Okay.
Thank you.
Call terrorism for what it is, and let's not give it another name, is what he says. What will be your, final thoughts now? I mean, I think we've been able to exhaust this.
Yeah.
Your thoughts to the family member listening right now, as well as to the government.
I think it's time have this on board in the last 10 years. They should go back to the drawing board as a government and the security agencies that are involved in this to see how to draw out the implications, the impacts. This strategy, has it really worked? Okay. And all that. I think if they truly look at it, it will go a long way to see how to change strategy, because these guys, they are hell-bent. They were not seeing any reduction. At some point, there was some reduction, but as it is, there's a surge, serious surge, where these criminal elements just keep carrying mayhems on innocent Nigerians that are out there doing their lawful businesses.
Right.
So the government should at least look at it and change strategy.
Okay.
That strategy, and bring on board what will serve as deterrent, right? Because all what they are doing now is not, for me, is not serving as deterrent.
And if I recall enough, what you and some other family members have said, if not all, has been capital punishment as the deterrent.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, well, a couple of messages right here. Oh, I wish I can run through them. Samuel from Kuje is talking about the fact that if he says that the people in authority are playing a script of supporters or sponsors of terrorism in the country, no one will tell me that some people at the helm of affairs in this country are not behind these terrorists. I said this because the way and manner these terrorists are operating shows that they have backings from within and outside the country. These people will kill, sack villages, forcefully collect their monies, and destroy their farms without hindrance. Yet, if we try to defend ourselves, the government will come after us with the same security personnel that couldn't do anything to the terrorists. Look, no matter how a mad person got healed, he will not stop talking to himself. Okay, give them a second chance. They're sitting on a bomb that is to explode. Sending them to God is the best option, he says. All right. Tech and B now says, standing on existing protocols, listening from Nasarawa State, appreciate. It's clear our security intelligence is poor. Security agents can't stop criminals carrying out evil, but react only after it has happened. I want to believe some people in the security apparatus are enjoying huge security funds, budgets rising yearly. There should be no forgiveness for criminals who killed our people, made children orphans, widows, widowers, and those in IDP camps. Daniel, a victim of train attack, met one of the bandits in a mosque praying. The bandit was shocked and told the victim he was now repentant. What did the victim do? Nothing that he even dashed the criminals some money instead of inviting the police to pick him up. Criminals must be made to pay for their wickedness regardless of whether they repented or not. Okay. The rules of law must be observed and constitution must be strictly adhered to have a just and egalitarian society that is devoid of injustice. God bless Nigeria. God bless Eagles FM. Sanusi in Suleja is saying that in the last message right here and on here. It's coming from Joseph from Jahi. We should always hit the hammer directly on the head of a nail. Every problem of Nigeria is from the north, he says. We should not pretend to say it. Well, that's your thoughts, that's your view. Boko Haram was created artificially by Northerners for their purely geopolitical reason. Each time South get presidents, North will bring out their Boko Haram. Boko Haram is well-planned terrorists. Look at the DSS and police, bandits and kidnappers. Boko Haram are posting videos on TikTok and other platforms. DSS and police cannot track them. DSS and police, they all have the power in television and in TikTok. But till today, DSS and police cannot detect the organizers of Boko Haram. How many AK-49s and 47s are missing in the hands of police and no account for it? All right. I would not go any further, but I want to say a big thank you to you, Dr. Steve Okwori. You're a security expert and well-traveled, and you've also seen it, the highs and the lows. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate to you, too, for being a part of the discourse. We'll head out for a program at exactly 9:55 or thereabout. I'll be back here for the business news. Don't go away.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.